you're an aircraft mechanic or probably just a mechanic in general, is one tool you really should have. And as an aircraft mechanic, I have, as you can see, 4 different sizes of these. This is the Knipex pliers wrench, and it has a lot of functionality, and actually they make one size larger than this, and I think 2 sizes smaller than this. I don't think they're really that useful, at least not to me, but depending on what you work on, they might be. And the whole beauty of them is that you get, with that little cam right there, you get leverage. And so the jaw does not move in a linear way. It actually has a compound mechanical advantage, and this button allows you to lock in whatever you need. Like with this size, I can actually crush rivets or squeeze rivets on aircraft with the amount of leverage that these give without really too much hand strain. Actually, my first 2 I got were in these size. These are not them, but they were in this equivalent size, and I think that was probably like 2006, 2007, and back then these might have been the only 2 sizes available. I don't think that was, that one might have been, but these right here, in these 2 sizes I got as a pair. They were excellent. You really need to get one if you don't have it and you are a mechanic for a living. That, you know, there's a lot of things where you can grab on. There's good leverage for turning stuff, for holding things, squeezing. It's like a vice because of the mechanical advantage you get there. I know with being a mechanic for switches, there's the little nut that holds the switch. These are perfect for getting right in there and turning. Jaws are nice and tight. They all have this nice clean adjustment. But apparently the patent has expired, or somebody's jumping the very end of the patent, because Harbor Freight now has an Icon brand of only this size. The others, they don't. And so that's what I really wanted to compare today, was the difference. Now, these are not the original ones I got. I actually broke them. I still have them in my toolbox. And the part that broke is actually this adjustment lever part, the spring button. And I have not been able to get a hold of anybody at Knipex to get a replacement, but otherwise they would still be fine. And literally, you know what it took to break them? I had to crush something to immobilize it so an aircraft could fly, and I literally sat on the handles to crush it, and it worked. But as soon as it crushed, the amount of leverage broke this. So you had a good 175 pounds probably on the end of these handles before that pin broke. It gives you an idea of how strong the mechanism is. So in comparing them to the Icon ones, there definitely are some differences. Size, being one of these, I mean, they really look like they made a sand cast of this and made them, but I would bet this is not the same quality steel as the German ones, being Chinese for one. They're a little bit bulkier, and the surface finish is just a little bit different. It's more porous, it's less smooth. One other difference, the teeth. If you get in right in there and look close at them, you can see that the top row there, the points of the teeth are there. Now, I've noticed removing them, being a mechanic, you get a feel. They're definitely rougher, but they still work. I mean, I got them, I had to get them, because of course they're a tool, and I'm a mechanic and I buy tools all the time. But they're a little bit rougher. The engagement of the button doesn't feel quite the same, the tooth pattern. Notice how deep Knipex made their teeth and how defined they are versus the Icon ones, where I bet you're going to strip those teeth if you sit on the handle on these, not necessarily break the button, if you should ever come to that level. other things like the size of the jaw. See, notice that flat part right there at the point of the upper jaw. Knipex doesn't do that. They come to a very fine point, which when you're trying to pinch something with the end, that does make a difference. And just lining things up, you can see that these are just a wee bit fatter, a wee bit bulkier. The rubber on the handles is a wee bit bulkier. It's a cheap copy, definitely. The width of them, comparing them side by side, you can see that Icon once again is just a little bit fatter, which leads me to believe they probably have an inferior metal that they're using, probably cheaper steel, compared to Knipex. Other things, I mean, the design really is an exact knockoff. There isn't much difference. One thing I do like is, and Knipex has gone to this, they're just copying Knipex, but they actually give you an idea of the range that you're adjusting it into. Original Knipexes didn't have that. Newer ones do, like this one right here. That's a more recent model, and you can see right there on the top side of the slot, they're giving you an idea of what you're adjusting to. No, it's rough. It's not like, you know, dead on. Like you ever see the adjustable wrenches where you actually have a little pointer on the top jaw, and as it moves, it lines up with an exact, you know, inch or metric measurement. But I mean, for the money, I think these are, I'd say maybe 45 bucks. I can't remember now. It was something like that. And these, now when I first bought these back in 2006, I think I got the set of these two sizes probably for $120, maybe less than that. And I know somebody bought just this size off of Snap-on and paid almost the same amount of money for one. This was Chad's Toolbox, which at the time, now you can get them off of Amazon and who knows where. These are available now, and the other thing, these are available at Harbor Freight. That's it. I don't know of anybody else that makes a good knockoff, but the one thing Harbor Freight doesn't do is they don't offer all those sizes. But you know, I'm going to keep these. I've been using them for a few months now just to see what they were like. They're going to go into the toolbox for my truck, and you know, I'm so used to these at work. I like to have one when I'm working on my vehicle as well, but you know, it doesn't have to be Knipex to work on my cars. And you have all the cheaper, you know, Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh, and whatever sockets for working on the car as well, because I don't do that for a living. But you know, I have Snap-on for working on aircraft. There is a difference in feel as a mechanic, and you know, tighter dimensions and things like that. But for the money, it's not a bad thing. And if you see one, and let's say you don't have any Knipex pliers wrench, buy one, pick it up, give it a try. If you make your living with tools, get the Knipex one. If nothing else, they deserve it for pioneering this incredible design. And besides the fact you can only get one size in Harbor Freight, whereas Knipex is like 7, I think you can pick from.